It's the wager of the day for Wednesday, April 9th, brought to you by Capital OTB Bet. We'll go to Keenland. We'll do an early pick three starting in race number 1. I have a couple of prices in the mix here, so I'm going to go 4x4 by 3 and see if we can get some of those prices in to make this interesting. In the opener, listed in order of preference, 2, 5, 8, and 6. Feasible on top, 12-1 on the morning line. Second-time starter for Jenna Antonucci. The siblings don't jump off the page necessarily, but Practical Joke can produce win-early types. I thought the debut effort was kind of a foundation to build on. I think the horse is an interesting fit in here. Comes in off a workout down at Gulfstream that was pretty good most recently. Second spot, we'll look at Ashes and Diamonds. Joe Sharp, trainee. Jose Ortiz on board at 4-1. Blinkers off, Lasix on. Similar to the top pick, the debut effort was one to build on, although this one had a debut back on September 1st at Saratoga, going long on the turf. Comes back here, sprinting on the dirt. I think the whole scenario is kind of interesting, though. The 4-1, maybe we don't want to go too much lower than that on this particular scenario. Vintage Ring in the third spot. A couple of siblings were okay early. Colton's Command won the career debut. That was on turf. Another sibling called Save Grace, second in debut, won the second start. That was on dirt, however. But the horse is working well. I think we'll be live in debut with Irod Ortiz on board. And Stage Presence, certainly logical at a short price on the morning line, but does come in off a long layoff, hasn't been on the dirt yet. Workouts are okay. I think this is maybe a morning line favorite you can take a little bit of a stand against, but we'll use it just as precaution. Second race will go 7, 4, 9, and 5. The number 7, Afternoon Heat, 10-1 on the morning line. I have liked Turfway runners at Keeneland for a while. I think they get a little overlooked. The surface switch, and it was a thing, you go a few years ago, the Turfway runners were maybe a little less on the class ladder, but the last couple of seasons at Turfway, I think they've been better already. Early in the meet, we've had some nice Turfway winners at Keeneland, so I'll go with Afternoon Heat on top. Nighttime, another one coming in from Turfway. This one a little shorter on the morning line, is the 6-5 favorite. But again, I think between these two, the talent on the numbers, you'd probably have to tilt towards nighttime. But I thought off the recent form, Afternoon Heat was interesting. So the 7 over the 4, number 9, Business Model. Irod Ortiz on board for David Jacobson. I think this horse can be a player off the seasonal debut where the horse ran for a waiver down at Oaklawn and can't beat the Rock. Robertina Diodoro and Jose Ortiz with the horse taking a class move that might be beneficial. In the second, 7, 4, 9, and 5. And in the third race, I'll go 1, 7, and 8. Cha-ching, cha-ching, 6-1 on the morning line. Trainer Eddie Keneally, the last 3 years at Keeneland with second-time starters, 3 for 14, a decent 21%. 50% of them have been in the money. The Dam herself won her career debut. This one, close-up second in the debut down at the fairgrounds, should benefit from that. We'll put cha-ching, cha-ching on top. Second spot, the sibling to Forte, number 7, Dr. Park. With that breeding, likely to put in a good performance with a race under the belt out at Santa Anita to start the career and a bullet workout coming in. And then Don Corleone for Steve Asmussen off a couple of turf sprints down at the fairgrounds. Shows a lot of speed. Could be a little bit interesting getting back to the dirt here. So in the opener at Keeneland, we'll kick things off our wager of the day with a pick 3. In race number 1, 2, 5, 8, and 6. In race number 2, we will use 7, 4, 9, and 5. And in the third race, 1, 7, and 8. Good luck. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, and comment.